One of the first medical malpractice cases that I worked on involved a delay in diagnosing breast cancer. And my client was a 42-year-old African-American woman who went to her family doctor because she had a cyst that had some discoloration on it. The appropriate response was to send her for a needle biopsy, which her family doctor did. The patient was compliant with her doctor's order, and the needle aspiration that was performed came back that it was in situ carcinoma. Unfortunately, the surgeon that performed the needle aspiration never called the client back to inform her of the results, and it ended up causing a 2-year delay in making the diagnosis of the breast cancer. During the 2-year period, the cancer went from in situ carcinoma to stage 3B. The treatment course between in situ carcinoma and stage 3B is dramatically different, as are the survival rates that go along with that diagnostic process. My client ended up having radiation, chemotherapy, masectomy that otherwise she would not have had the original surgeon informed her of the original diagnosis of cancer. Very sadly, my client also passed away 4 years after we ended the litigation when her cancer recurred. The litigation that ensued was a success for her and her family. The medical care that she received once she had the ultimate diagnosis was some of the best that she could have received, but it wasn't enough to save her life. The doctor that was involved in that case defended the case by arguing that the patient should have called him for the test results. That case was litigated for 2 years, and they ultimately settled 2 weeks before trial. Well, she ultimately paid an awful price for that doctor's negligence. We're proud of the fact that we were able to give her a sense of justice in bringing that doctor to the courthouse and ultimately securing a settlement on behalf of her and her family.